sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
From way up at the 23. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Our game here, the second of 3 on this fine Christmas day. Coming up later tonight, the Bucs and Cardinals from Glendale. And then remember, as if your spouse hasn't chided you enough already, more football coming your way tomorrow night. Chargers and Colts on the 26 from Indianapolis.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Here's Wilson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. Open man right side is Cup, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 2nd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Stafford.
And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Hamler now on the return.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams.
And very little running room there.
He did get a couple up to the 49.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense.
There he goes, left side. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Here's Stafford. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Broncos 16, Rams 0.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need to pressure? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Goes. Melvin Gordon with career touchdown number 70. McManus's point after is good, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Here's McManus now to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Stafford. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point from McManus is good. And the route is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
On 2nd and 10, Stafford, he'll get this one to Kupp, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They snap it to Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford.
Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
On first down, it's Stafford. Over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Throwing again is Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Stafford on first down.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
2nd and 9.
Here's Stafford.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it.
Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. Now it's Stafford. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
Nick Bonito brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford.
To Jefferson on the slant.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Again, it's Stafford.
46-yard line.
He'll find Henderson there. It's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. To throw again on second down. Stafford. And he completed 7 straight passes before that one, as it falls incomplete and puts a halt to that streak. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw is Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Throwing again on second down. Stafford on the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Stafford. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
On 4th down, Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And the Rams are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. To the air again, Stafford. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Stafford. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
1st down, Broncos.
They give it to Williams, running right. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Play action. It's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Joe belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Stafford. Stafford now to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed, I did, my good man. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Fielded right around the 8. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 16.
Here's Williams to start the drive.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Room here to run. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 23-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Again, it's Williams. And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
And it's third down.
Balaj. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 4 yards to go on second down from the 7.
A 6-yard pickup.
Toss play to Balaj. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A third down pickup of 5. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They run. It's Williams. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll get him down up past the 15. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Stafford on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Henderson. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the 22, Stafford. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is